Okay, and I think we are ready to start our club today. So my name is Maria. I'm an English teacher and a cross trainer. I have been teaching English for business and IT for more than 6 years. And I'm glad to see you today in our speaking club. And we are joined today by our guest speaker, Vladimir Morshin. Please welcome Vladimir, our student and IT specialist. And today we will be talking about getting digital nomad visa and relocation. And Vladimir will tell us about his experience. And you are very welcome to ask your questions and also participate, share your experience. If you want to ask something or share your experience, you can just raise your hand here in our Teams call. Raise your hand and we will let you speak, right? And you can also write in the chat if you have a question, but if you are shy to speak, you can write in the chat and we will read this question out. But we all encourage you to speak out and join the conversation to get the best experience, all right? So let's get started. And first of all, let's talk to Vladimir. So Vladimir, as we know, you are currently living in Spain. Could you please introduce yourself in general? Tell us about yourself, what you do in IT, and how you chose to relocate to Spain.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I'm almost 40 years old. Turning it tomorrow. And I'm specialist in implementing of ERP solutions and another software solutions based on 1C. So it's software solutions for business. I've been in this field for almost 20 years. So, and last 5 years, maybe about 5 years ago, I became interested in the international market for 1C solutions. And these days, it really was interesting for me, and I started to improving my English these days, and it was really so interesting, yeah. And I thought about relocation maybe 5 years ago. But then 2022 year became for all us, and I think it's changed a lot for all of us, for almost everyone. And a lot of process start moving very quick. And this year I moved to Tbilisi, Georgia, and I continued to work remotely with my Russian customers. In this time, in this year, maybe last year, 2023, I found some projects on international field with 1C. So a lot of customers, so a lot of Russian companies open their or Russian beneficiaries open their branches abroad in countries like Arabian Emirates, Turkey, and so on. So I start to work with them, also maybe if any one of you has lived in Georgia or countries from former USSR, so I think you might agree that it's quite a challenging place for non-local people to live here. So it was not so simple. And in 2023, we start to make research about digital nomad and other residence programs from different countries. So in August 2023, we relocated to Spain, and we choose and settled in province called Asturias. It's the northern part of Spain, along the Atlantic coast. So it's really, really beautiful place to live. So here we built our new life here, and I think it's very nice.
Yes, thank you. It sounds like a very challenging and transformational experience to be moving to a different country, right? So that's very interesting. And I also want to ask everybody else, do you have experience living abroad, maybe in former USSR countries or in Europe itself? So if you have, please write in the chat or join our conversation. Yeah, that will be interesting to listen to you all. Let's exchange the opinions here. So if you have lived somewhere or maybe you're currently living, that will be very nice to hear from you. All right. So, well, Vladimir, you said that you first live in Georgia, right? But why did you choose Spain? Because there are quite a few countries that offer the opportunity to have a digital nomad visa. Why Spain? What are the pros and cons in this particular country?
Yeah, sure. So we had visited as tourists several times, and visit Spain several times, and each time really enjoyed it. Yeah, sure. You shouldn't mix tourism and immigrations. It's absolutely different parts. But this country, I mean Spain, we felt closer to us. I don't know, in spirit. Also we considered the Netherlands, and we have a lot of friends who live in Netherlands, but we calculate our relocation costs, and they are much more expensive than Spain. So we start research in Spain, particularly. What can I list pros and cons? So I think pros. First of all, living by the ocean. I think no comments is needed here. Our apartments here, maybe in 7 or 10 minutes walking to ocean beach. Also this region that we selected is incredible nature. I think something like Altai, maybe not so high mountains, not so many wild nature, I mean, without any people, but it's really nice nature. And please don't mix south of Spain. That's I mean, a lot of people knows only south part, like Barcelona, Valencia, and so on. It's the northern part. It's another Spain, absolutely. And here, incredible nature with lots of greenery, mountains, rivers, lakes. And a lot of trekking routes, thousands trekking routes, I think, through the mountains. And also, this place, I think, ideal for families with children. Because if we try to compare other regions, so for example, when young kids came to Spain, firstly, he should go to the school. It's mandatory for all children. But for example, in Catalonia and maybe Valencia, they should learn Spanish language, English, and also local dialect. For example, Catalana for Catalan, Valenciano, and so on. Here in Asturias, just Spain. So they their lessons in school, it's in Spain or in English. So a lot of government school provide lessons in English. For example, math in English or another objects. So this region very clean. Absolutely, it's not Barcelona or Madrid. Very clean, no garbage, very delicious food. And also, if we're talking about digital nomad visa, it's a full residence permit with eventually grants citizenship rights in the future. So if you, it's maybe now it's 7 or 10 years after your visa starts, you can get a Spanish passport. And last times a lot of talks that it was much shorter. So in 5 years you can get a Spanish passport, and it's one of the strongest passport in the world. And last publicity was that it's 190 countries you can visa-free travel with this passport. So it's very, I think, bold pros. And sure, here is a lot of cons. Because maybe you saw that traditional Spanish bureaucracy with all governments, offices, it's very complicated situation. It's not Russian multifunctional offices, absolutely. But by the way, also it works better than in Georgia, because in Georgia it's much worse. I don't know, worst situation with bureaucracy. Here it's I don't know, not so simple, but it works. Not so simple. Keep in touch with bureaucracy, but it works. So you can resolve your problems with your documents, and the people who works in these government offices try to help you. So vice versa than Georgia, for example. A lot of difficulties in finding housing. So it's really a challenging task, but maybe easier than in Germany now, as I know from my friends. But it's really a challenge. So you can find it's maybe 2 months, or as I remember, we tried to find it for 1.5 months, and it was maybe every day we my wife go to the apartments and talk with the landlords. It's really difficult challenge in Spain. And as you know, difficult situation with occupuses. It's guys who occupied and not paid, and occupied apartments. So you should to improve your not improve, maybe make a lot of proofs that you have money and you will not stop pay for your apartments. So it's real difficult, and it's not because you're Russian. It's all foreign people has such problems from America, Great Britain, and so on. So it's and also if you or your maybe member of your family wants to find local work, it's almost impossible because for your family, because very high level of I don't know how to say non-working
Unemployment?
Unemployment, yeah, and it's really maybe much more simply find any work to work remotely, but not in local companies. It's really difficult, also without perfect Spanish. And of course, much bold cons, it's taxes and social security contributions and fees. So you should calculate a lot of you make research about taxes and all social security fees many times. You should make your personal I don't know calculation and plan about taxes, because in January digital nomad visa prepared by Spain governments only for taxes collecting, and only for it, and also for social security funds, because in Spain a lot of old people and they year by year it became so it's a big count of old people and social security funds can't to provide for them payments. So it's big problem for Spain, and they want your taxes. They want your social security, and this problem only for this. So if you I don't know, don't want clarify any laws about taxes, maybe you should choose another kind of visa. For example, learning visa, maybe non-lucrative, so difficult term. So a lot of kind of yeah. And
Не говорят просто по-английски.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Vladimir. We see this is a very important issue about taxes, right? When you make your decision to move to one or that country. But we also have here two people who are currently living in Montenegro, Sergey and Alexander. Also a nice choice of country. Do you mind sharing with us why have you chosen such country as Montenegro? If you don't mind, you can turn on your microphone and also join your conversation. Maybe ask Vladimir as well and share your experience. So we would be glad to hear from you. Sergey or Alexander?
Hello. Well,
Right.
Montenegro was maybe just an accident, because I moved to Turkey first. I lived in Turkey for 3 months, but then I found it not suitable for me, for me exactly. So I moved to Montenegro because it doesn't need any visas. So we can live here without visas. You don't need permanent residence. for living because we have visa run here. So it's very easy to live and settle in Montenegro. But as I see with among my friends here in Montenegro, a lot of people are thinking about moving to another countries because Montenegro is, of course, very comfortable for living, but it has less opportunities than bigger countries have because it's really little country. There are no big trade centers, so you can't find your usual. You can't cover your usual needs easily in Montenegro. So I try to. I'll be trying to move to another country. So Spain is one of the best choices, as I think. That's why I'm here and listening. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thank you for your opinion. Right, but Montenegro also sounds like a dream destination in terms of climate and nature and all that kind of things. Also, Spain looks like a very interesting and beautiful country, but as we've heard right now from Vladimir, there are some points that you should consider before moving to this country. So first of all, let's look at some requirements that you need to do before applying. What documents would you need to apply for digital nomad visa in Spain? So Vladimir, could you clear this a little bit for us? What documents and other requirements you would need?
Yeah, sure. And actually, there are not so many. But there is no, I don't know, fixed list of documents. Firstly, you need to verify your qualification. So here is you. You will work remotely on your project, for your customers, maybe for your employer, and you should verify your qualification with diplomas, work contracts, maybe your CV or anything that can prove your high qualification. So and also it depending on your work status. So as an employee or self-employed individual entrepreneur, so you work with contract for your customers, or so you should provide this contract, and it must be translated with special translation, legal translation. So it's special lawyer translators should make these translations. It's maybe most cost when you prepare your documents. It's big parts of cost of your costs for this project. So and also you provide documents about your customer or employer. So it's special registrations documents from country when this company registered. So and this company should work for 3 or 5 years as minimum, and also these documents need to be translated into Spanish with legal translations. And also you should have special letter from your customer or employer that you can work remotely from Spain. and also you read special letter to Spain special migration office that you became in Spain individual entrepreneur and start to pay taxes in some special period after you relocate here, So, and most important parts of requirements is amount of your contract. So you should your contract should have your income is at least 2.5 times the minimum wage of in Spain. So I don't remember particular, but it's something for family with 2 adults and 1 child. It's about 3,500 euros per month. So, and it depends on, so it's maybe 2,700 per myself, and maybe something about 75% for your partner, and something about 20% each kid, each your child. So it's about 3,500 euros per month. Your contract should indicate your income. And sure, Spain will expect your taxes from this amount. Also, yeah, sure, your personal documents like certificates of no criminal records, passports, birth certifications, and all should be translated with legal translations. So it's not so difficult, really. It was not so difficult for me, for example, and sometimes migration office wants special additional documents to prove some documents. For example, they want special letter from CEO of your customer or your employer. And for employers who works with employment contract in Russia, you should have special certificate from Russian Social Security Office, and Russian Social Security Office don't write it off for you from maybe last month. It's really a problem because it's a mandatory document for your digital nomad packet if you are employee, not self-employed individual. So I think that's it about documents.
Okay, that's right. That's a lot of useful information. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Vladimir regarding documents or anything else? You can ask. So it's in, I see the hand. Alexander, please.
Hello, sorry for not having a webcam. My question is it really necessary to open an individual entrepreneurship or whatever to pay taxes in Spain?
Yeah, if you are individual entrepreneur abroad, for example, in Russia or in other countries, and work with your customers with direct contract, it's necessary to open individual entrepreneur here in Spain for paying taxes. And you when you you can't open this individual entrepreneur before you have a digital nomad visa, and you write special letter that you guarantee that you will open individual. It called in Spain autónoma. So it's you write this letter that you will be an autónoma here in Spain in future after you you will get residence permit.
And is it the same if I am just an employer of some international employer? I'm just employee, I mean.
Got it. No, it's not the same. There are two kinds of nomads, digital nomads here. First kind, when you employee and you have employment contract, or you are individual entrepreneur. So if you are employee, you should prepare special documents, so contract your employment contract, and also you should prepare special certificate that you pay social security payment to another country or your employer paid. So it's problem in Russia now, but as I know, another country can prepare this document for you, as I know.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Right. Okay. Do you have any other questions, Alexandra? You're welcome to speak.
Hello again. And you said that you work for company 1C Solution, refer to 1C Solution, and now you work in this company, in that company with ERP, with 1C Enterprise?
Yes.
Or yes?
Yes.
Is it a company in Europe Union or in Russia?
No, not European Union, not Russia. For me, for my customer from Arabic Emirates.
Thank you. I got it.
So yeah. By the way, there are interesting limitation for digital nomads in Spain. So you can't work with local companies. So you can work only 20 persons from your from all your incomes. So just 20 persons you can get from Spain companies, but your partner, maybe your wife or husband, can work without any limits here in Spain. So this residence permit with no limits for working here in Spain, and you your partner can start find work here from Thursday when you got this permit.
It's very good, because it's really hard when your partner has any restriction to work.
Yeah. It's very interesting because also you can't leave Spain. You're as a main in the request person, so you can't leave Spain more than 2 months a year, because you should be a tax resident. Yeah, but your partner can leave Spain more than 6 months a year, a year, and work or not work, and a lot of so no restrictions, no limits
Yeah.
for partner, but a lot of restriction, limits, and taxes for yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. It's
Okay.
very
Thank you
interesting.
for your question.
Yes.
Yes, that sounds like a good point that your partner doesn't have any restrictions. Yeah, maybe one pros to choose this country for your relocation. Okay, any other questions right now? Don't be shy. Don't hesitate to raise your hand and speak out. Okay, and Vladimir, I would like to ask, how long did it take you overall to apply for a visa and to get a visa?
Yeah, actually, it was quite a short period. So something like 1 or 2 months from day when we submit our documents to special website, to email from migration office about our letter of happiness, yeah, about our residence permit, maybe 1 or 2 months. So after that, you have time to came here, and you should fingerprinting in migration office, and after 1 month, you get your ID card, European ID card, Spain ID card, with your residence permit, and you can I don't know, flight and travel with no limits through Schengen zone.
That's quite fast, I think. Yes, 1 or 2 months. That's
Yeah.
relatively not so long.
It's
to
not so
wait.
long because we also make research about Portugal. It's most popular. It was most popular from COVID time. I mean, popular place, popular country for digital nomads, and they maybe first country who began this program, but now it's a very long period to work with your documents. It's something like 7 or 8 months. They work with your documents and check it, and it's a long period. In Spain, it's and also there are special interesting law about this period. That in law there are special period to check your documents, and if they can't to do it in this period, all decision for I don't know, for your side, so you win if they didn't catch this deadline. It's nice law. But they, I mean, guys from migration office, they try to catch all these deadlines.
Okay, that sounds good. Yes, that the decision is in your favor. Okay, one more question from Alexandra. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to know, what about Visa D? Do you need to do Visa D before to take permission to live in Spain?
What do you mean? Sorry,
Visa D. Is this a visa that it need to apply in council, usually in Moscow or in St. Petersburg, before to get permission?
I think I know what about you. So what you talk about? So there are two kinds of how can you make requests for digital nomad visa. So you can do it, for example, from Moscow through via embassy, via Spain embassy, or but in this case your digital nomad period is 1 year. So, but if you came to Spain with standard touristic visa, for example, Schengen visa or one-time visa or multiple visa, so you have a stamp in your passport that you came to Spain, and you scan it or photo, make a photo with this stamp and send it. And in this case, your visa period will be 3 years. With and also you can make make one more year 2 times. So you make new requests after 3 years and in 1 year after that. So yeah, you should have standard Schengen visa and photo this stamp, and in this case you can get 3 years visa residence permit.
Yes, thank you. It's very convenient conditions, I think, because not needs to visit Russia for some people, and they can only how somehow to get Schengen visa and then get in Spain.
Here a lot of Russian people who lived in Armenia, for example, there and here Visum Centrum, Spain Visum Centrum working in Yerevan, as I know, and they have got these visas and came here. And also it's interesting moment. So if you have even 1 day visa, you can came here legally for 1 day, and in this day you make requests via site. So from this moment you are stay legally in Spain, and you can stay here as a legal person without so you sure you can't leave Spain till you have ID card, but you are legally a person here.
It's
I
very
think
important.
yeah, it's very important. I think it's same situation in Portugal, for example. You can stay in Portugal till you have till you get your ID card, but you can't leave Portugal.
Yes, Alexander is saying something in the chat about Portugal. Yes, that Portugal has for minimal wage as your minimum income. That's interesting. Okay, thank you for your comments and your questions. So, Alexander, are you considering moving to Spain?
I don't know how it may happen in life. Right now, I live in Bulgaria, but I live there as a partner because my husband is has the main permission to live there, and I can't. I didn't have a permission to work. It's a very hard process to get work there, and I have to open a firm here in Bulgaria to work as a self-employment, and maybe, and I don't know. So it's interesting to me to know more to be aware how it happens in other country in European Union.
Yes, right. So what visa do you
Thank you.
hold right now? Do you have a partner visa or some kind of visitor?
I have like partner visa, maybe as a member of as a member of family, and my husband they are as a pension visa. There are in Bulgaria we have there are a pension visa for people who get pension from different countries, from German, from Russia, from England, and that's it.
Okay, I see. Thank
Yes,
you for
thank
sharing
you.
your experience. And Alexander
Okay.
is saying that there is a Spanish embassy in Sofia, by the way. So this is a little tip for you, Alexander, if you want to use it. Okay, we've been having a very nice conversation so far. That's very interesting to hear from you, to learn more about your experience. So, if you would like to have such speaking practice, we would like to offer you to join our regular speaking clubs like this one. Let me tell you just a few words about our speaking clubs, okay, just briefly. So we have this opportunity. We have speaking clubs, weekly speaking clubs every week, each day. Every speaking club is dedicated to one of the topics, for example, digital nomads like today, or how to write emails politely, and many other topics. So you just pay for your monthly subscription and you can join as many clubs as you want. And this is a good chance to practice speaking and speaking about any topic you would like. So we would be glad to see you. Please join our conversation clubs. Okay, so are there any other questions for Vladimir or maybe comments right now? You're welcome to share. And I would like to know about the country itself, right? I think we all want to know what Spain is like, how Russian-speaking people are treated right now, because sometimes this is also a very important question while making a decision where to move. What about the prices at the supermarkets? What can you say, Vladimir, about such questions?
It's really important questions, and as I move from Georgia, where not so simple situation with Russian-speaking, maybe not Russian, maybe even Russian people, but here it's absolutely quite a normal situation towards Russian here at all, absolutely. So and maybe there is probably generation caution towards foreigners, and Americans, British or Russian, it's doesn't matter where are you from, so it's I don't know, specific situation with local people who looks on foreigners some strange, but in generally very friendly, and no any negativity, and children feels very safe and calm in schools. And by the way, I think very good. I think maybe best situation with children's here. A lot of hundreds out of school courses, and they in our small town, it called Gijón. So it's small town, maybe 250,000 population, but here is a lot of children and a lot of, I don't know, maybe all sports kinds here, and horse sports, golf, surfing, a lot of surfing schools, and children, I don't know, fizra, children lesson fizra, it's surfing. It was so surprised for me when I came to the beach and in the middle of day, and I've seen pupils with surfs on the beach, because it was lesson. It was lesson of surfing for in their schools, and a lot of, I don't know, hockey, horse sports, a lot of kind of activities for them. So very careful adaptation in school for any age children's. So it's very interesting and very good. And it not depend Russian, and a lot of classes with Russian and Ukrainian people and kids, and there is no any, I don't know, bullying or something like that. Absolutely. And what's more about, maybe about costs? Yeah. So what can I say about it? So we rent an apartment, walk from ocean in, I don't know, 7 or 10 minutes, with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 big living room, kitchen, balcony, and it's 125 euros per month. And with these costs, we rent in Tbilisi small old 1 bedroom apartment, maybe absolutely not in the center of the city. So it's very cheap, and as I already said, it's challenged to find it, but it's not so expensive at all. And also additional, yeah.
I'm sorry, 100 or
Yeah, or
$1,000? Was $1,000, not 100.
800. 825 euros. 800.
Thank you.
So and additional payments like electricity, heating, internet, and mobile phones, it's about 150 euros per month. And also we bought voluntary health insurance policy for 2 adults. It cost was 1,300 per year. And I think grocery and may cost a bit more than in Moscow, for example, and cheaper than in Tbilisi. But there is a really huge variety and very high quality of grocery here in supermarkets. A lot of markets. Yeah, there are specific of working time because it's don't work in weekends. Yeah, it's a lot of memes in internet about it, but a lot of supermarkets. I don't know, maybe each 300 meters you have big market, big supermarket, and a lot of pools, gyms, surfing schools, and a lot of activities for adults too. And you can find any activity for yourself. And beautiful possibilities for outdoor sports. For example, I am triathlete, and now I'm ride bicycles even every day, even these days. So it's today, by the way, it's about 20 degrees here. So beautiful, absolutely possibilities, best possibilities, I think. So I think that's it. I think that 3,500 euros per month for a family with 2 adults and kids, you can live quite comfortably here. Yes, sure, you should plan your taxes. Absolutely, you should to plan it, and you should make your attention to taxes, because tax agency here in Spain works maybe better than all another offices, and maybe you saw about Shakira and in this on last year, and so they works very good, and they can find all your cards, cryptocurrencies, and so on. So you should plan it very, very careful.
Yes, yes, thank you. That's good that you brought up this topic. And also we have one more question from Alexandra. Yeah, you're welcome, please.
I would like to ask about Beckham law. Did you heard about it?
Yeah, sure. It's very interesting, and as you know about Texas, by the way, there is in Telegram a special group, and it's group only about Texas, and there are hundreds posts every day, because it's most important part for digital nomads in Spain. So yeah, in December, is last December, they start Beckham law. It's special law for digital nomads, and but here is a lot of specific things. So when you became digital nomad, you should choose one of two kind your tax. I don't know, tax way or your taxation. So it's progressive taxation. It's normal taxation for all Spanish residents, tax residents, or special taxations. It's called Beckham law. So Beckham law generally good for, I don't know, rich nomads who has a lot of passive incomes, for example, from cryptocurrency, treasuries, rental payments, or so on, abroad of Spain. So according this law, only your Spain incomes calculating taxes from these incomes, only from Spain, but not for your abroad incomes. But it's a good way if you have 100 euros per year or more. So if you have no, it's not your way, because your progressive taxation will be more convenient for you, and it's better way to use progressive, because a lot of I don't know, write-offs, taxes write-offs. I don't know how it's called, Wichity, special taxes amount to minus your taxation base. So a lot of, for example, for each kids, if you have 1 or 2 kids, it's something like 7,000 or 4 or 7,000 euros per year you can written off from your tax base, and also you can write off some costs from, I don't know, you can buy your mobile phone or computer or something, and you can accrue it for taxation as minus part, but not for Beckham law. And also for Beckham law, it's not so simple to prepare tax declaration. As I know, guys or special companies who consulted, they want a big fee to consult about this declaration for Beckham law. So it's depend on your personal situation, but generally, if your salary 70,000 years per year or more, maybe it can be more convenient for you with Beckham law.
All right. Thank you very much. Any other questions for Vladimir? It's a good chance for you to ask.
Hello, everyone. Vladimir, thank you for sharing your interesting story. And I want to ask you one question. If I understand you, you work with 1C Enterprises ERP, yes?
Yep.
Yes, I'm working with 1C more than 20 years, and near 3 years ago, I moved with my family to the Poland, and we have 4 adults person and all family working here. And I decided to change my qualification here, and I want to start like a Scrum Master because I think this relation more perspective. I think maybe not. What do you think about 1C on the future? Because when no, as for me, when I decided to live in Europe, I think about other qualification, and 1C it's stopped me in my way in the future. But today I still working with 1S remotely. But I learn Polish, learn English, and my level better. For example, Polish I have B2, and English more better B1, and I learn English every day, and I want to ask you, what do you think about 1S in the future for you, for example?
Yeah, I don't think that once he can be one of the I don't know, wide using in Europe, for example, in future.
No way.
Maybe
No way.
not
because
next
because this is product have sanctions in Europe.
Yeah, actually, by the way, it's one of the moments about to talk about in chats about Nomads, because European companies or individual entrepreneurs can't provide services for Russia in IT. So
Yes.
when you became autonomous in Spain, actually you can't provide services for Russia. So it's special moment, but still it's a lot of people works on Russia. So about 1C, actually I don't know. Now a lot of companies open branches in friendly countries like Turkey, Arabian countries, African countries, Thailand, Indonesia, so China, and they want 1C on these branches, and they order services with 1C in Turkey, in Arabian Emirates, and in other countries. So we'll see. Actually, I don't know. And if we talk about work for digital nomad in Spain, I think you should have remote work, not in Spain, maybe, yeah, maybe in United States or in other countries. And if you get lost, if you will get lost your work or your contract, you should find new contract in 30 days or leave Spain. It's a law.
Yes, I know this information, thanks. But I want to ask, what do you think about future 1C for you, for yourself?
Yeah, okay. I think actually I now I learning with SAP to have different experience. Now my contract with my working contract with 1C now it's it works, so it's without problems any, but sure. I'm learning in SAP, and I have my roadmap to get certificate for as SAP specialist, and also with local guys from Russia who also digital nomads. We talk a lot about became startup. We to get startup visa. So change digital nomad visa with a lot of taxes and problems to startup visa. And it's also a very nice possibility in Spain to legalization as a startup visa, and it's another part, maybe for another speaking club.
Thank you, Vladimir. What do you think about a future job for your wife, for example?
Now my
possibility.
wife, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. Now she learn Spanish by heart, and she want to live her best life. So here is in Spain, they have a special term, disfrutar la vida. So it means that you should live your best life, or leave Spain. So
of course, after Georgia, especially after Russia, after Georgia, it's tricky.
She wants to find simple work like barman or absolutely simple work to talk with local people, to I don't know, to have a conversation every day and live her best life.
Yes, actually, I think about how to find a job in Spain for women who have a husband and children, and who lost a job after moving other country, and how find yourself, for example, and what do you think? And qualification which fit for the Spain, because there are a lot of people who haven't a job, local people, for example, and foreigners have problem around the world. You talked about this, and for women, it's a really important question. About future job, because of course life in Europe really comfortable, more comfortable than Russia, for example, but we need to job here, and it's really important in the future for women also. And yes.
Thank you. As I've already said, it's a lot of problems with job finding here. There is no vacancies even for local people, and also you should have best Spanish and maybe B2 even for simple positions. And also there is not so high salary level. Medium salary level in Spain, it's 1,200 euros per month. In our region, so there is not so high salaries like in Germany, or in Netherlands, or northern European countries like Norwegian or so on. So it's and very high level unemployment, percent of unemployment people. And it's really problem if you want to find a job, and high quality job as a foreigner. And it's maybe Spanish, not this country when good idea to find a job local. So I think it's best place to live, but work remotely. For example, for United States,
maybe the work online. I think work online, it's a good idea. But United States also special country, and about job, this also there are a lot of questionable also.
Yes.
There are a lot of Russian people, Russian nomads, who work on US companies.
Moving, cleaning, there are a lot of such jobs.
I mean,
McDonald's, for example.
remote work, like software testing or software engineers.
No, in this time, no. This time is finished because our life is changed, and maybe 3 years ago it was a good idea for testing engineer, for example. Today it's not a good, it isn't not good way for this profession, because you know about this.
I know. I know there are a lot of guys here in our town who work as software tester.
No, maybe senior, maybe position, senior position, but not junior.
I don't know.
Start to job. No.
But they works
difficult.
And works like as a digital nomad here. They have got this visa last year and live here, and plan live here in the future with their kids, maybe future kids.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions. I think it was a very nice discussion, right? Okay, thank you everyone for joining today. I think we've learned a lot of interesting information. And thank you, Vladimir, for presenting, for talking about your experience. And so I would like to remind you, if you would like to practice your English and prepare for relocation, then you're very welcome to join our club speaking sessions. We will be glad to see you there. Okay, so if there are no more questions left, then I would like to thank you for our today's session, and a huge thanks to our guest speaker, Vladimir. You did a nice talk today. It was very interesting.
Yes, wish you all
educational.
the best in the Spanish in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vladimir.
Yes.
Thank
Have
you.
a good life in Spain. Enjoy, and we are very glad for you. Happy for you that you're having such nice time living in Spain. And I hope Vladimir's example has encouraged everybody else to search for a nice country to relocate to. Yes, and thank you so much. So we will be glad to see you in our classes. I hope we will see each other later. Okay, then I wish you a good evening, and see you then. Thank you for joining, everyone.
You too. Thank you
Okay.
for your
Thank
attention.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.